Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. I am Ski.
And I'm Justin. And we have favorite types of matches. Got a lot of good types here. Let's start off with, I'm thinking the good old-fashioned lumberjack match. That's always makes for interesting.
And we're going to have one on Sunday.
There you go. See? Coincide with the WrestleMania rehash.
Big circle. Yeah, I mean, most of them are always really, really good. I mean, it led to The Miz getting mauled by Lashley. I mean, that's pretty much the point of it. Someone keeps trying to run like hell. Someone just gets beat half to death.
Yep.
I miss the old times during the Attitude Era when it would be like both sides, no matter what, would just be getting murdered. No matter who hit the outside of the ring. I missed that, but it's always led to good matches.
Like literally, you saw all 20 people go from surrounding the ring to wherever the wrestler happened to plop outside the ring, and just 20 people just beat the crap out of him.
Throw him back in. Yeah. Then it happened ever again, but like they always lead to good matches. I wish they'd get back to that. Just who cares? What, kill them?
Yeah,
obviously not kill them, but you have to clarify that because people are stupid nowadays.
Yeah,
we don't mean to kill him. Shut the fuck up. Did you like that one?
Yeah.
There's number 2. I don't even care. Just like you're off. Dear alarm, you're off. How about you don't go off? For the love of God. See? It's Monday.
All over again.
Everything that can piss me off is just going wrong in the last like hour and a half. But yeah, like that was, I think it's going to lead to a really good thing on Sunday. I think it'll help play a part in that. I'm sure Miz is going to get mauled more. Actually, I think for how young he is in the business, and Miz, I think they'll actually both equally get. It won't be like the old days, but I think it'll be an even kilter of them. Hopefully they listen to him and they like Priest and they actually get all SmackDown too. That'd be great.
Yeah.
To me, that'd be a good change of pace. But yeah, like that always leads. Like it's not as good now as it was then, but they were always good matches. Like always. So I'm excited about it. Like
makes good for entertaining spots there too. I mean, you got the mauling, but then you got some of the comical stuff over the years. I mean, more, not as much now, but more back in the better years. But brings me to the next one, which we'll probably never ever see again in the aspect First Blood match. There was only been a select few of them, but again, now we're at the point where even
might come back.
Even before Peacock, anything that was involving blood on the network, it was shown in black and white at this point. I don't know why. I guess I don't know.
Never made sense even back then. It's stupid, but
yeah,
there were always good matches.
Oh yeah.
I didn't understand Kane with his mask on in one.
Yeah, that one was a bit confusing. That was the only one that kind of had lackluster.
I didn't get that. Because he like, what the hell? But yeah, they've always been great matches.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, Taker and Austin. Yeah, like that was one of my.
They've always been really good.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see it happening for a very long time. I mean,
I'd like to see it come back. It should, because the day for it, like what we're in now, it should. But the way Peacock is, like, how can you have? But you have like SVU in the same thing, like every week, repeatedly the same thing over and over again. That is sexual crimes. Yet we can't have someone's forehead get split open without, like,
Yeah.
The world ending, which is just doesn't make any sense and it's stupid.
Yeah.
No offense. But yeah. Like, I don't know. Well, but it's always been like historically, like when they did that minus the Kane one, you're like, yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah. Like you're always,
and those were great matches to finally get to that point. Like because they drug it out to get there, and you got to have an actual good, entertaining
when
match.
they actually allowed chair shots ahead,
Yeah.
and they started to find out, maybe not such a good idea.
Maybe we shouldn't fold a chair around his face.
Yeah, probably a bad idea.
Yeah, like so, but they were always like those are some of my favorite matches.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm okay with that one. See, we're doing good right now.
All right. Get into more of a lengthier match. The good old Iron Man match have made for great storytelling. Bret Hart, Michaels,
That was the
H,
best one.
and Rock.
Cena. He was in
Yeah.
some. Bailey and Sasha. The Iron
Very,
Woman
yeah.
match first ever. That was great.
Mhm.
Even though it only went a half hour.
Still, yeah.
They tore it down. Like that was a great match. They had a hell
I mean,
of
just
a time
really,
there.
really the Shawn and Bret and Rock and Triple H to go for an hour. Just wow.
Brett
And it
and
takes a lot.
Brett and
like,
Shawn will be the best.
Oh, yeah, number
ever.
one.
No matter what they
Yes,
do
sir.
the rest
No
of the
argument there.
WWE, that one will be the one.
Yeah. Especially
Bailey and Sasha for women wise,
Yeah.
that one was great because it was the first ever one. Like they
Yeah.
actually they did a really good job.
And the match
Great
was
story.
the match was so good. Like you didn't realize it was only a half hour. It felt like a lot longer.
It did feel like
Yeah.
ever. So that was the best part about it. Like the good
Yeah.
ones, you don't even notice they're that long. That's what Shawn and Brett had. Like,
Yeah.
but they had the counter, like the clock on the whole time back then. So you knew, like, you never
Yeah.
realized if they didn't have that, you would have thought Sasha and Bailey
And that
went
was
that long.
that was a real gamble, but they picked the two guys that just
Yep.
knew they could keep
and
the pace.
just like the two women, like they picked like those
Yeah.
two at that time, those were the perfect first two women to do it.
Yeah.
Sasha and
Definitely.
Bailey tore the house down.
Yeah.
They're at NXT, never mind the roses and everything afterwards. I mean, they put on.
I mean, just for the simple fact now that nowadays we are very, very short attention span. I mean, but I could go back and watch it. I can go back and watch those those three Iron Man matches,
And that's why we don't have that's why we have such short attention spans anymore too. It's just because like
but the thing is the Iron Man match, it wasn't overly used either. It wasn't. It was one of those ones where,
even ladder matches back then were
yeah.
Like all those matches were really rare back then. Like we didn't have pay-per-views. Like, well, we're steel cage like every 3 months. Like it was like, ooh. But Brett and Shawn, I'm sorry, like those two for the men, and then Sasha and Bailey. But that has such a shorter history that could get beat at some point. But Shawn and Brett, that's never getting touched.
Yeah,
like that was just
that
perfect.
is one of the top 10s for me.
That was perfect. Top 10 match ever. Like that was perfection in a match.
Yeah.
So, like, try to beat it. Try to argue me. I'll fight you. And I won't fight you with my words. I'll just fight you. So that was great.
Honest to goodness, best ever. Rolls me into another one that was used every once in a while. Good old-fashioned strap match.
Yeah, I haven't seen them very often.
Maybe not even half a dozen.
Yeah, but there's very few. I think Bradshaw was.
Yeah, I know
that one against. I say Cena, but it wasn't. Might have been.
It could have been.
I don't know, but like
I
you
know
don't see them.
Bradshaw was in one of them.
Yeah, you don't see them very often, and like look at the one that Brian had.
Yeah.
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was like you never think that of Brian. They were out there beating the tar out of each other.
Oh yeah.
Like that was a hell of a great match.
Yeah.
It was like if you have the right people in there, those could be the greatest matches you'll ever see in your entire life.
Yeah. Again, a very select few. I was really trying to reach for the stars on these match types. Just kind of going.
But go back and watch Brian's from last year. Like that match was. Hell, I don't even know who he was in it, which I can't think of that right now. But that was just poetry. That was just everything that could go right. Was right. Like that was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I can't find a better word. That was beautiful. Like my beard.
Yeah. A lot of these types of matches really weren't used a lot, but were used at the right time, the right place, right storyline, not overly used or boring.
Like they all are nowadays. Except for the strap match. Man. And think all the stuff that happened in Buried Alive. I mean, we got to see the return of the dead man because of Buried Alive. And that whole story there with him, Kane, like all like that was just
Yeah.
done so perfectly. You don't get to see them very often. Like that was like we haven't seen one of those, and
Not in this era.
I'll just go and say like since Taker at that like with
I was gonna
Kane
say
there.
the last Buried Alive, I think, was during the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yeah, it had to be like before the Dead Man came back. Like it had to be.
I'm pretty sure that was the last. Yeah, that might.
As far as my memory is concerned, it doesn't mean
Yeah.
it was. Like, don't get us wrong. We're not looking at
Yeah.
like that was the last one I can remember. And
Yeah.
look at what that told story was.
Yeah,
Like, I think that's what they have the fight pit for now, is like that to me.
yeah,
Like it's just that like that was like the end all be all. They use it more, but that was the last one. Like Taker, what? Sorry, what? Dead Man's coming back. Done.
Yeah.
That was perfect. Like, cause that was his thing. Like the Buried Alive match was Taker's shtick.
yeah,
That and
definitely.
caskets. And look how good it went.
Let's see here. What can we move on to? Last Man Standing.
Had a lot of good ones. Those.
Yeah.
The one that matches in my head though is just Batista. I quit.
Yep.
Through the stage. Went bye. See you later. Adios. With his already broken back, which is why he really left. But
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the last Man Standing match, because somebody couldn't get handcuffs undone.
Yeah, see, I was trying not to talk about that one just because of
Yeah,
that.
I hate to go on a negative tangent, but like, just again, not.
It was a hell of a match, minus that.
Yeah.
Minus that like minute. That match was golden. It was just
Like, yeah, let's just.
6.
Yeah. The referee was milking the 10 count more than an actual 10 count.
Oh, look, he's still down there.
Yeah. Could have got a hot dog, a soda, like 3 bathroom breaks, a few beers.
Throwing a float, like some laundry. I mean,
Yeah.
like, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, a lot of good last man standing matches before that. Just overall.
They were a great one. Like you can't complain about any of them, which means that like that's a good thing. You can't complain about any of those matches.
No,
So at
not
least
at
they
all.
were all worth it.
Yeah.
Unlike some things where you're like, so I can't complain about that. Like, so
Another good one. I Quit matches are always good.
yeah, they tend to not screw this up.
Except for the rigged one where The Rock, won by recording mixed voice. But again, for that set in time point, he was
For what they needed, it was good.
Yeah.
It was stupidest thing I've ever seen in my stupidest. I think that's actually a word. That was sorry. Even if it's not, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Another favorite which they've changed over the years, Inferno matches. I did enjoy the one with Randy and Bragg. It was different, but I remember when the fire just surrounded the ring and that was it.
Yeah.
So for the evolution for what they pulled off last year was pretty cool, not gonna lie. And of course, you said fire, which was
and the long shot of it, just
that
was forever.
Yeah, it was.
Like they're just like 30 seconds straight. Like like even the guy.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think the one before that. Well, most of them were anything with Kane or Taker at that point.
Yeah, like that was their shtick.
Yeah, that was and again,
like Buried Alive matches, that was their shtick.
Yeah, casket matches, except for a couple,
That was his shtick.
Yep,
like
which I was going to roll into as well, kind of.
That was their thing. Like they made that.
Yeah.
Can't blame. Like they did so good. Like, and there were so like minus the one that but if that one didn't hurt his back like that, where would the world have been?
Yeah, back, especially when the casket was made of wood. Very good point there. It wasn't the casket. did like the one when Taker during the buildup of the story, I forget who it was, but when he was actually making that vignette where he was actually making the casket.
Back in the day.
Yeah, who did he wrestle? I can't remember. Who was that?
Savio, maybe? No. Someone in that era.
Yeah, I can't remember. But that was like one of the initial ones, I believe.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. It was some big dude. Rest in peace.
Yeah, there's all Paul Bearer going, woo!
Oh yeah. See, if only you're still big, we could be like, yeah. Taker. I'm not shaving my beard though. Like Taker. This is Taker if he didn't have to go out in public.
And another good one always, and what really made for great entertainment, the hardcore matches, especially when we still had the hardcore title being defended 24/7, always made a
Thank you, Crash.
good, yeah, thank you. God bless them. Always made for good moments. Again, you know,
Airports, McDonald's, I mean, you name it.
yeah.
They were using luggage returns and ball pits at McDonald's, like all kinds of cool stuff. Like that was like the end all be all every, like, you're all, let's see what kind of stupid they're going to pull off. Kind of like 24/7 now, just not as violent.
Pretty
Look at
much.
the hardcore title. Bring back that chopped up Sawzall WWE Championship back.
Yep.
Duct tape back together. And by the way, that costs more than like any other title belt on the entire like WWE website.
Yeah.
Like it's broken into a million pieces, duct tape, like, and it costs more than a lot of them.
Fact.
It shows you how much we all cared about that.
One that's been used over, God, almost every, I wouldn't say every year. Kendo stick match, classic, just beat the crap out of everyone. And
Nothing as good as Dreamer and Sandman and ECW. Yep. Thank you, sir. May I have another? And that was the day that turned Tommy Dreamer into the icon that he is.
Yeah.
But they're always good matches. They're always brutal, and people seem to love to bring them out. I don't like how they seem to break as easily. Yeah. Now, like they're just, oh look, he broke it. Like I saw Sandman murdering Tommy Dreamer, and Dreamer was huge back then.
Oh yeah, he was a bigger boy. Yeah.
Like, definitely. And if it didn't, like, and Sandman was going, like that was ECW. There was no hold barred. That was.
Yeah. That's what really intrigued me with
Drew. Yeah, they just, you saw their backs after and everything. They were beat to death.
Yeah,
it's not real. Did you see his back? It was the back of a different color.
To say different color, swollen like 3 times as much as any normal back would be after getting the crap beat out of you. Yeah, that
was just, it was so good. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And
just.
They like, I loved all their matches. Like no matter what they did, like those matches, no offense to Alexa using it, those two right before, like leading up to Mania and all, like those two beat the hell out of it. That was amazing. Leading up to whatever pay-per-view it was before Mania. But they beat the hell out of each other.
Oh yeah.
And no one complained. Like I was happy with the match they did for like 30 minutes before there were weapons involved.
Yeah.
I thought that was better than the weapons, but that's just me. I'm crazy. Without a doubt.
All right. Let's see here. What else do I have? Elimination Chamber. Over the last couple years, though, it hasn't been as crazy as what it used to be. When it first started, there was a lot of craziness. I've always liked it. The concept was cool. But after, I'd say,
and they made it easier the last couple because it's not like solid anymore outside. Like there's mats, so it doesn't suck as bad. Like.
Yeah, I have to say the first
one was amazing.
Yeah, the
Goldberg literally kicking through, like boom.
Yeah, when it was actually built
to hurt people.
Yeah, like the first, I had to say between the first and like I'd say the 5th Elimination Chamber before they started making it like a yearly thing. You know,
if they did it a yearly thing, they could still make them better than they have.
Yeah,
like it's just.
I mean, I understand they're trying to be more careful, you know, things over the past.
Hey, they could be just as careful as they were then.
Yeah.
But that little padding is not helping them from as far as they're falling.
Yeah, the lackluster on that, you know, especially the last couple, 4 years. I mean, just kind of, But again, maybe it's the fact that they make it a yearly pay-per-view.
It's not even that. It's just the story building and character building now.
Yeah. If you don't have the right people to
If you don't
build
have
it.
to write anything, like even that, like they just don't, like look at all the people.
What was that?
Saw that too.
Yeah.
Thank God. It was like,
That would have been cool. That would have been cool if like it would have panned like Bray Wyatt and we went, we're here. Oh my God, that would have, yeah.
suddenly there's like, I'm not
Yeah.
that good. Like, run. Suddenly I have dreadlocks and a fedora. We're here. Old Yankee. But yeah, but I mean, if they just had but they haven't had story. Like, look at tag team. Like, they don't have the ability to build characters
Yeah.
or story for the longest time. Like, they have the people. They're just not affording them the like. Just let them go out there and do it. Done.
Yeah.
That's all they had to do for so many years. Well, don't even give them anything.
Like
Well,
I
just
said,
go.
over the last couple of years, gotten born is like, oh, whoever wins the Elimination Chamber match, blah 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 blah. Like,
Yeah,
there's
like
no
if
like,
anything actually built.
yeah,
They put like 10 minutes into it, and like if they've just let them do their thing all year, like they could have enough people built.
oh
That
yeah,
it all makes sense. They just character stories. Why the hell would they build that? They're coming out of the PG era where they didn't have to do anything because the sponsors were happy at them doing nothing.
yeah,
Go back to when like beer was sponsoring you and like Playboy and someone. Either you're gonna do good or you can go yourself. Kind of like Fox right now. If SmackDown, look how good they are compared to everything else.
oh yeah. Well, yeah, and
Either
and
do
Fox
good
really,
or go
Fox
yourself.
set the high standard because they know that the standard can be met as long as they put the nose to the grind. You know, don't cut the corners. You know,
Yeah, and
USA is just like USA is just like,
we've been here for so many years, whatever.
yeah, like
But cutting the corners, like that actually takes more time. Like
yeah, like
all you have
just
to do is tell them to go out there and go. Done.
yeah,
Like it's not that hard. Cut
no,
out half the talking, let people just wrestle. Boom, stories are told.
yep.
Done.
Another one on the list here, Money in the Bank.
I
Now,
just made the list. See, that was a reference. See, smart mind, that guy.
true.
And it's always led to good matches for the most. Like they've all been good matches. Winners. No, sorry, I didn't like last year. I
No, me
hated
neither.
last year. I thought that was the biggest waste of
Yeah.
space. Like I was like I got ran over. It was like sitting in a wheelchair for months waiting on the VA to do their job, knowing that I could walk.
Yeah,
That match was a bigger waste than any of that.
yeah. I like the early years of the Money in the Bank where it wasn't a yearly
It was
pay-per-view.
just at Mania.
Yeah, yeah. It was just a Mania.
Holy
or
shit.
it was-
Think if they had that
yeah.
at Mania now, though. Mania would be like 12 hours long. Mania would be going on until the next Mania if they put that match on there.
Fact.
Because, we used to have just as many matches. They fit them all in like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah,
Not like 12 years.
true fact.
Like, but there's still good matches. I just, last year was just, there's too
Yeah,
much hokiness and,
yeah. Well, I mean, given it was a cinematic match, though.
but they had, I don't care. Like, we don't need to have them rolling into Vince's office or Brother Love is suddenly there. Like, who is going to believe they're going to run to WWE headquarters and there's going to be Bruce Pritchard with his face bright red, dressed up like a jackass? Like no one. Like, who cares? But 90% of the people watching the
So
product right now
the
don't even know who Brother Love is.
The only good spot out of that one was when they went into Vince's office. That was probably about the only.
And there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Stupid. Yeah. And they had the two perfect guys to do it. But otherwise, that was a giant waste of my entire life. I know someone that liked it. Drew liked it. Like, are you stupid? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but that was dumb. That was about 10 minutes of good stuff and about 35 minutes of just why. They could have had the two of the sexes run into each other at the same time as they were happening simultaneously. Let's let them have a match. You could have had like 2 minutes of cinematography, stupid, instead of 30 minutes of cinematography and then 30 seconds in the ring. Like, you could have like had more action instead of just, oh look, brother. No offense to Bruce, but
Love the guy, but
it wasn't necessary. I know it wasn't his call. Sir Vince, you're gonna be Brother Love. Okay, fuck it, why not? End quote. End quote. I'm pretty sure those were his exact words.
Throwing that out there. So that rolls me into cinematic matches. There have only been a few select ones that I've liked. The Taker and AJ, obviously that's at the top of the list. I
That
like
was the best cinematography match
yeah.
ever. They'll never top it. They'll never do
No.
anything.
I did like the Firefly Funhouse thing with Cena, just how it told.
If you understood, it made sense.
See, I understood everything. Like
if you haven't been watching long enough, that didn't
Yeah.
make a damn lick of sense. Because you're all John who?
yeah,
Like, so it made sense, like, for me. Like, as I was watching, I was like, hurry up, but I get it.
yeah.
Taker and Styles was just
Oh
poetry.
yeah,
That was poetry in motion. That was
one
beautiful.
there's going to be forever. You know.
That was the best cinematographic match they'll ever
Yeah.
make.
Yeah, I have to say that one's number one, and then that leaves me between the Firefly Funhouse match between Bray and John or Bray and Braun. So, you know, they're kind of out there. So got down to two more here. One of my favorites, War Games.
Yeah.
War Games is always, especially when Owens came back that one time.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see if
That
they're
is
going to
really-
do it this year, because there's no more UE.
Yeah.
That was always their go-to when we got them. Like, what are they going to do now? It's just build-wise, but it's always
Yeah.
put on good matches.
Yeah.
It could have been better if they didn't have Raquel just there being
Yeah.
like, but
Or
that was-
even have it for SummerSlam weekend.
or going to the yeah. Like,
Do it in front of a live crowd. Utilize the crap out of Raymond James Stadium if you want to, or somewhere that'll let you,
Do
that
it.
the COVID restrictions are, not as, hardcore. And it brings me to my last and final favorite types of match. The good old brawl
You
and
bet.
pain match.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't
I
much
didn't think we were going there. Like,
Oh yeah, we're going there. Oh yeah, with that, I saved it for last. That's
Trish
why
and
we're going.
Lita against Stacy and Tori? Are we talking
Yeah.
Dawn Marie and Tori? Are we talking
Just
Stacy and Trish? Are we talking like
any
Molly
one
was
that-
involved in some? I mean, what the hell are we talking
Well,
about here? Hey, even if it was Molly, who cares?
yeah, but
For
no,
her
any of
character.
them. Really, any of them.
Here. Dilly.
Yeah, that one gets the dilly. I mean, it's just one of those, you're watching it, and all of a sudden your mom walks in, you're like, it's time to change the channel. Or when you sit, or when you used to sit down and watch the loading screens for SmackDown, and when you're playing it there's Kane on the screen there with match load, and then when your mom walks in, there's Trish Stratus half naked, it's just you're like, like one of them deals.
Good times though. But
Yeah.
Those are all good times. Yeah. Like, we'll never see it again.
I can't think of any other pink slip on a pole honorable mention. Why not?
How about Jeff going through that table from the top of the Hell in the Cell as he swung? Great match type, but Jeff murdering himself was great. But
Yeah.
that was good. That was a good list. Like, it was good stuff. And it gives us time, and we can still expand and go into part 2 and like do all that. Like, tell us what you think.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just trying not to think about.
I mean, I know there's a lot more
Yeah,
out
I'm just
there.
trying not to think of bra and panties matches, because we could just go for ever and ever.
Yeah, pillow fights.
Playboy pillow fight match.
Yeah.
I remember that. WrestleMania, Seattle.
Yeah.
Happened. See, I can still tell you when the hell it was. If I didn't watch them like back, I wouldn't know that. But it was fun.
That one that Stephanie and Vicky had with the mud and did. What was that? I don't remember. Pigpen match.
There you go.
Triple H. Pigpen match. Got that one. That was like once in a lifetime thing though. So I guess we'll leave that as an honorable mention.
Yeah, we'll be back at this tomorrow. We'll find something to talk about. Those are a good list though. I like those.
Yeah.
I really did like those. Those are good.
Yeah, I try.
So, till tomorrow, I'm Ski.
And I'm Justin.
And we will talk at you later. Peace.